Well, the crooked Food and Drug Administration is about to be flipped on its head. Instead of partnering with Big Pharma and keeping healthy supplements off store shelves, it looks like they are about to be flipped upside down now that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to be heading up the FDA, the CDC, and all of America's health system. He tweeted this right after President Trump announced that he would head up the HHS. FDA's war on public health is about to end. This includes its aggressive suppression of psychedelics, peptides, stem cells, raw milk, hyperbaric therapies. I mean, some of this stuff I can't even pronounce, on and on and on. And he says anything else that advances human health and can't be patented by Big Pharma. If you work for the FDA and are part of this corrupt system, I have two messages for you. Number one, preserve your records. And number two, pack your bags. Well, friend of the show, Antonio Calamares, is from Black Forest Supplements. And of course, we've been watching his battle. He's been battling the FDA for the past couple of years because they've been trying to turn some of his natural supplements into a drug classification so Big Pharma can try to make a lot of money off of this. And we wanted to invite Antonio back on the show now that this news has dropped to get your take on what this means for you and the future of the healthcare industry in the country. Antonio, great to see you. Welcome back to the show.
Clayton, thank you. Pleasure being here. And I couldn't be happier. I think the American public chose the right candidate, and I'm super happy with the RFK nomination as well.
So just so our audience understands this, and you guys have been a longtime supporter of what we've done here on Redacted for a number of years, and you have a product called NMN, and basically the FDA was going after you guys, and you guys aren't alone. Like, we featured other individuals that the FDA is going after, natural companies we featured here on the show, that the FDA is trying to change your classification. Can you explain to our audience what, first of all, the product does and why was the FDA going after you?
Yeah, I think that the FDA actively suppresses anything that could be beneficial for human health and can be patented by Big Pharma. The reason for this is, as I talked about it earlier on the show last time I was here, they're in bed with the big pharmaceutical companies that they're supposed to be regulating. I'll throw out just a stat so people get an idea. Every single FDA commissioner, ever since 2000, after his FDA tenure, has gone on to become either a consultant or work for a big pharmaceutical company, every single one. So what happened with NMN is that they're trying to create the first prescription anti-aging drug. And they were looking for, okay, what could be this anti-aging compound that's strong enough to be classified as a drug. So they came after our star product, which is NMN. Quite quickly, I'll mention how it works. NMN is an NAD plus precursor, and NAD plus is something that we have in our blood that slows down as we age. As we age, we have less NAD plus. And what Harvard researchers found was that by supplementing NMN, one can keep our NAD plus levels in our blood high, and that would lead us to age more gracefully, have more energy, reduce weight, cholesterol. And for over 2 years now, as you mentioned, we've been fighting a class action suit against Big Pharma. We partnered up alongside the NPA, the Natural Product Association, and because they were coming after NMN that was previously available as a supplement, and they were trying to turn it into a drug. And thankfully, it was 2 days after they announced the new administration. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with that. But the court ruled that the FDA was unfairly enforcing its rule against NMN products. And until the suit, until the case gets settled, they can't come after companies that are selling NMN. So I think that is a huge win for the American people. And I think that it's a huge win for letting the American people choose what's best for their health without Big Pharma being the middleman.
I'm sure you probably deal with a lot of other health companies that are in the similar situation, that have healthy supplements that the FDA is trying to regulate, trying to get their hands on in order to profit, and that Big Pharma can then make their own drug version of it and make billions of dollars off of it. What do you think this means more broadly for the supplement industry, for people that want to get some of these healthy products in their life?
What I love about the new administration is that they advocate for health freedom. Why is this important? It's because if we don't have health freedom, we're just going to see COVID 2.0 over and over again. We saw what they did there. They suppressed anything that could potentially help people, and they labeled it as misinformation or pseudoscience, or they labeled people as anti-vaxxers. Rather than seeing the data, studying what could be best and most affordable in order to treat the disease, the only real solution was that the one they invented, the one they had patented, and they were going to make the most money off of. And I think even now, there's drugs that they recommend to treat COVID, like Paxlovid, and that is a 5-day prescription, which they charge 1.6K for. So you're telling me that you're trying to make people, as many people as healthy as you can, and you charge 1.6K for a 5-day prescription. So the flip side of this is not having health freedom, leaving everything in the hands of Big Pharma, and getting crazy prescription prices like the one I just mentioned, rather than being informed, doing our own research, allowing the public to sort of dictate what's best for their health, and really finding those hidden solutions that don't have that Big Pharma paywall behind them. So that would be the flip side.
You bring up a great point. I mean, as it relates to COVID, I mean, they mocked people like President Trump for hydroxychloroquine. These were, by the way, you can't make any money off of them, right? So that's the thing, right? That's how Big Pharma can't. They don't want this promoted, because you can't make money off of ivermectin. You can't make money off of hydroxychloroquine. And of course, Dr. Peter McCullough, a good friend of the show, this was a protocol that he was finding great results with his patients in Texas. And Big Pharma stepped in and censored it. And if we even mentioned those words on YouTube or, on social media, you were blocked. You were banned. Like, that's how big Pharma is, that they managed to get them to censor people talking about ivermectin, Jimmy Kimmel making fun of it, calling it horse paste, on television. And they have, their tentacles are far and wide. So we couldn't even do stories about that stuff here. That's how deeply corrupt these people are.
And you mentioned television. I think that 80% of the revenues from the mainstream media actually come from drug advertisements. So mainstream media, you can't really trust anything when it comes to making informed decisions about your health. Independent media, it's another thing, but you saw they could also control that with labeling it as misinformation. Mark Zuckerberg came out admitting that he was actively suppressing things because the FBI or the government told them to do so. So mainstream media, they already have completely under control. And during COVID, they also controlled non-mainstream media. So I'm eager that this new administration is here, and hopefully we can put some parameters so that this doesn't happen again.
Well, I'll get you out of here in a second, Antonio, but what's next for you guys in this battle? Where do you guys stand right now with the FDA?
Right now, we are hopeful that with the new administration, RFK is really not going to allow big pharmaceutical companies to patent such a powerful drug. We're still in the class action suit. It's been put on hold until there's a final decision. But I really think that with this administration, we're going to start seeing NMN back on Amazon, NMN back in the retail shelves, because as I said, it's so powerful that if it wasn't, they wouldn't be trying to make it the first prescription anti-aging drug. We have hundreds of thousands of customers that literally live by this compound. I take it myself, and I'm super happy that I think that this war is about to end. Hopefully, I'm not wrong, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the future of the compound, and I'm hopeful for the future of health freedoms with this new administration.
It's a great anti-aging supplement. And I mean, you should look at Antonio. Antonio, I don't know if our audience knows this, you're 97 years old. So this is remarkable. I'm joking, of course. No, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But hey, I know you guys are doing a big Black Friday deal, so I just want to promote this because I love you guys. You guys have been a big supporter of us here. We'll have a link in the description if anyone wants to pick up. You can buy one, get one free Black Friday deal. Is that right? Where can people? We'll have a link in the description, but is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Buy one, get one free, not just for NMN, which I highly recommend, but for all of our products. And I encourage people to buy one for themselves and maybe give one to a family member or give one to a loved one. That is why we always do this sort of deals, but never buy one, get one, because our margins aren't great there. This is a Black Friday only deal, so it's not going to be around for long. I encourage people to really take advantage of this deal.
All right. Antonio, great to see you, and good luck with this battle. This was great news. When I saw RFK was heading up the department, I thought of you guys over there and dealing with this huge battle against the FDA. So congrats on that. Fingers crossed that things go our way. Antonio, great to see you. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday, and great good luck to the team over there.
Clayton, thank you so much. Enjoy your ski trip, and thank you for letting me be on the show again. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Antonio. Great to see you.
Great to see you, man.